Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and the bonus content goes on. Still 2 puzzles a day, although I'm getting so much heat for the things I miss in the solutions that I'm not sure how long this can carry on, but it's all perfectly fair and justified. I'm just not being as good as I can be, but there we go. Talking of which, the UK Sudoku Championship results, I believe, are out. Simon says that I finished 5th in the UK, which sounds okay, I suppose, but I would certainly have hoped to be higher. I knew I couldn't beat David McNeil if he entered, and he was 1st in the UK by a distance, so congratulations to David. I haven't looked up the actual results myself, so I should probably be congratulating the foreign winners. Actually, Simon told me that Kota Morinishi finished the whole test in 56 minutes. This was a 2-hour test in which 16 puzzles, I think. I finished 12 of them in the time, and on my best form, I don't think I could have finished 16. I really don't. So well done also to Freddie Hand and Adam Bissett for finishing ahead of me, and indeed Neil Zussman, a friend of mine, who scored 1 point more than I did out of 720. Fair enough. Well done, Neil. So now the puzzle that I'm doing is, in fact, a puzzle that was considered too hard for that championship, in the sense that Sam Kappelman-Lyons created this. It's a sandwich Sudoku, and it was decided that it would probably take a disproportionate length of time for one puzzle in the championship. So some clues were added. I don't know whether they were givens in the grid or sandwich clues outside it, and literally my brain is not retentive enough to tell me. So although I did solve the slightly eased version of this puzzle in the championship, I haven't solved this version before, so bear that in mind when watching my solve. Now, just before doing that, I shall mention a couple of things getting a bit of buzz on Patreon. One is the solution to the Olympic Rings Sudoku, and the other is Across the Streams puzzle. So those are both for our hardcore who are paying $2 a month for, or $3 a month, I think, for Patreon content. So do have a look at those if you're doing that and you haven't been over there yet. Also, we posted some biographical information yesterday on the community tab of the YouTube channel, which should be clickable somewhere below this. Certainly if you go to if you click on Cracking the Cryptic and then below this and then go to the community tab there, that's available there, and was received quite well, I guess, is all I shall say. Now, back to this puzzle, which, as I say, by Sam Kappelman-Lyons, and it's a sandwich Sudoku. So the clues outside the grid show the sums of the digits between the 1 and the 9 in the relevant row or column, and that's it, as well as normal Sudoku rules. So let's get cracking. Now, this doesn't ring any bells. I really love this kind of skewed square pattern of 1 each of all the digits. I don't think that happened unless I was solving at speed and couldn't really tell. But that's very pretty. Now, the 28 clue is interesting. Now, 28 has, once you add 28 and the 1 and the 9, you have 38. There's only 7, a total of 7 outside the 28. Now, that could be a single 7 in this cell here, and then the 1 and the 9 would be there and there, or it could be 2 and a 5 down here with the 1 and the 9 there and there. Now, nothing else is possible. The only way 7 can be the outies is a single 7, 2 and 5, or 3 and 4. So we know that all these cells are in the sandwich and are green. I'm going to follow our usual protocol of colouring all non-1 and 9 cells green, because it helps identify where the 1s and 9s go. The 7 clue gives us a green there, and certainly green's there, but it could be 4-3 for a 1 there. Ah, la, ha, ha. Okay, it's great that this is green, because now the 8 clue is resolved, by which I mean there's a 1 here. So where does the 9 go? Can't go this far away. We couldn't make 8 in 3 cells. So you could either, now it must be, because of this green cell, you know that the 8 sum is just 1 cell long, so it's just an 8, and it can't be here because of that 8. So we can rule all of these out. The 9 must be here with an 8 between it and the 1. And that's great. In this central box, we've now got 6 cells coloured green. We have clues that cover these remaining cells, and they're not zeros. So we know that 1 and 9 are not next to each other here. So I can fill in the 1 and the 9. That gives me the 7 here. Let's make that green. And in the 14 column, I don't yet know whether it goes up or down. But this is a triple, isn't it? In fact, this is a naked single. 2, 3 in its column, 7, 1, 5, 9 in its box, 4, 8 in its row. That's a 6. This is a kind of naked pair, 2 and 3. Again, same sort of reasoning. These are 4 and 8. In fact, that's 8. So that could have just gone in the central box once I got the 1 and 9. That must be 4. And now this is useful. I do vaguely remember this from the competition. There's 14 clue. So 9 is there. 1 must be on the outside somewhere now. Now, which of those cells is it in? Well, if it was in this one, these two would have to make 6. That one's a 2 or a 3. And it's basically impossible. It would either have to be 3, 3, which is impossible for a variety of reasons, or 4, 2, which is impossible because of the 4 already in the column. So the 1 is not here. The 1 is down here. We've got 11 in the sum already. We need to add a 3 to make it up to 14. That's green as well. Now, this 8 in the 27 column proves that the outies must be 2 digits because the 8 has gone. So they must be 3 and 5. The outies are always 8 in a 27 column because 27 plus 8 is 35 plus the 1 and 9 is 45. The rule of 45 applies. So, okay, well that's useful to know from that cell's point of view, but I don't know where the 3 and 5 go on the outside here. So it doesn't actually advance us. Now the 21 row, this is interesting. 2 and 3 must, first of all, this cell cannot be a 1 or a 9. Although in a 21 row you can just get a 1 and a 9 at the edges, that requires an 8, 7, 6 sandwich, and clearly neither of those possible runs can be 8, 7, 6 because they've got a 2 and a 3 in respectively. So we can green that one. Now 21 leaves 14 on the outside. 14 is the outies. That could be 8 and 6 in 2 cells. There are various combinations of 3 cells and 4 cells which can make up 14, but I think they all include a 2 and a 2 or a 3. Yes, they definitely do, because if you didn't have a 2 or a 3, the first 2 digits you could have a 4 and 5, and you'd still need another 5 to make up 14. So we know that the outies are 8 and 6. That therefore we have 5 innies. Oh, and you can go further here. I do not remember this from the competition, I can tell you, but this is quite beautiful. So, okay, let's focus on the fact that there are 5 innies and 2 outies means that the 1 and the 9 are separated by 5 cells. So they could be here and here, or here and here, or here and here. But let's look at that one first of all. How could those 2 yellow cells be the 1 and the 9? 1, no problem, but both are in a column with a 9 in. So that is not where the 1 and the 9 appear. Now look at these 2 cells. Perfectly possible from the point of view of the columns for these to be 1 and 9, but 8 and 6 have to be the outies. What could this cell be? 8 and 6 are already in its column. That's not the 1 and the 9. Therefore, they're in these two cells. That's unbelievable. That's a brilliant setup. I really like that. So we've got 8 and 6 outside. We've said that from the beginning. This is now a naked single 4. If one allows these 6 and 8s and 1s, 9s as pairs. This is a 5-7 pair there. But we've now, oh look, we've now got the 1s and 9s in columns with clues. So here we decided that 3 and 5 were the outies. So the other 1 and 9 must be there. 3 and 5 must be on the outside. 2, 4, 7 to go in the remaining cells. Oh, can't get very far with that yet. How about here? 10. 10 is either 2 or 3 cells as a sandwich, so it's either these 2 or these 3. Can't be those because there's a 4 there. So this is a 1 because it's a 1 or a 9 and there's a 9 in the row. So we can go around fixing the 9s and 1s that we've established as either 1 or 9. Actually, in this row with a 0, we can put the 1 in here because it can't be here. So we have got real progress now. Now this 10 sum can't be 4 and 6 because of that 4. It can't be 7 and 3 because there's a 7 in both rows. So it must be 2 and 8, but I don't know the order. So let's just kind of fill in other things that we've got going on. Oh, yeah, 3, 6, 8, 7, 2 in the column, 4, 1 in the box now. That's 5 and 9. Now what did we decide about the outies in this? They're not a single 7. It must be 2 cells. It's either 2 and 5. It is 2 and 5, isn't it? Because it can't be 3 and 4. So actually that's a 5. That's the 9. The 1's here. We've got a 4 left to complete the column. And we can just check that 4 plus 3 plus 6 plus 8 plus 7 equals 28. It does. It's not advanced maths, but it helps to be able to do some arithmetic in these. 6 and 8 there. That's 2. That's 3. That's 5 and 6. 2, 7 and 9 here. I mean, I'm not sure. I will for your benefit colour the greens in. Those are all green because we've done 1 and 9 there. It's really not going to matter for the odd numbered rows and columns. In fact, I think we may be done with the clues now. But still, it'll irritate some people. Not you, dear viewer, but some people if I don't colour in all the green cells. So I'm going to colour in the ones that I know about so far. And I'll try and remember to finish that off as we go. So this 27, yes, 3 and 5 outies done. This 14, yes, we've done that. This 28, yes. This 10, 2 and 8. We don't know the order, but we do know where they are. I think the 8 is done. The 0's done. The 7's done. And the 21's done. Okay, so forget the sandwich clues from now on. Just wanted to check that. Just for reference, I think I was finished with the puzzle in the competition before now. It took me about 7 or 8 minutes, I think. So it was easier, definitely. That was a pretty tricky thing to spot with the 21 there. I don't think that was necessary for the easier version. Now, this is just regular Sudoku now, so I don't know why I'm having such trouble. 5, 4, 7, 1, 9. One of those is an 8. Oops, what have I done? I've coloured them accidentally there. One of those is an 8. Let's use the right mode. One of those is a 6. 1, 8, 9, 6. One of these two is a 5. Don't know which way round. 4, 1, 2, 8, 9. Maybe this column is useful. That's 3, 6, or 7. No, it's not very useful yet. One of these two is a 1. Ugh. 9, 6, 7, 4. It's interesting. Sandwich Sudokus don't. Oh, there we go. This cell. I was going to say they don't usually put up very much resistance as once you get to the classic stage of them. That makes this a 5. We can put 6 and 5 in there. This isn't a 5, and that's great. Now we've got a 6-7 pair in column 10. How pretty. So we can fill in 3 and 5 at the top. That 3 gives us a 3 in box 3 over there. These are 2, 7 and 6 but the pertinent point is that one of them is definitely a 6, and that fixes this cell. That really is neat. That's really neat stuff. So we can put in 6 here. That fixes this cell as an 8 and its pair as a 6. That 8 fixes the 2 8s. Oh, how lovely that works together. That's so tidy. Now, these are 2, 3 and 6, but I don't know the order. What else have we got? That 6 has fixed the 8-6 pair. This is the sort of stage of the puzzle where you're cursing at me for something I've missed that has been resolved, but I can really only look at 1 or 2 things at the same time. 7 there. 2, 9, 6, 8. 1, 3, 5. This is a 4-7 pair down here, isn't it? 2, 9, 8, 6 in the box. 5, 1, 3. It's a sort of naked pair, but it's a, I was going to say a beautiful naked pair, but it's a very helpful naked pair. Let's be a little more seemly. We can get a 5 there, 7 there. Yes, there's something I was missing. That 4 has been resolved by the 2 that appeared there a while ago. Now, 4, 6, 7, we get a 2 and a 9 to place down here. 8 and 5 there. That 5 has sorted out the 5, 7, which in turn sorts out the 7, 4 in the same box. That's still a 1 or 3 pair. What about this 4? That 4 and that 9 together. They're a pair up here. Lovely. So 9 and 4 there. That's lovely because this 1 possibility is gone, and now 1 must be here. So that makes 3 and 1. 7. This can't be 7, so we're reduced to a 2-6 pair. That makes this one an 8. That 2-6 pair makes this a 7. We can take 7 out of there. That 7 has made this one into a 2. That's a 7. It's a nice puzzle, this. I mean, I don't know what my thoughts were, particularly during the competition. I think I enjoyed it then, but it's really clever now. Very enjoyable seeing how that's unfolded. That 5-8 pair's resolved. Let me quickly go through before I finish putting the green cells in, just so that we can see the pattern of 1-9s. At the end, I've done one of them wrong. Let's green those, put the white back as the 1 back as white, and here we are. Closing in on a finish. 2, 5 there. 3, 4. Yeah, that looks right. This is now a 2, and we've got, that gives us a 2-6 pair resolved up here, and that gives us a 6-3 pair. And there we go. The harder version of the sandwich Sudoku puzzle that the UK Sudoku Championship never saw because it was too tough. How did you get on with it? Let us know in the comments. Don't tell me you didn't enjoy it, because that's a clever puzzle. Unless you didn't. Thanks very much for watching, and very much hope to see you again on more bonus content on Cracking the Cryptic tomorrow. But bye for now.